Okay, this video is how to learn anything in nutrition and health. And where this comes from is I was reading about, the history of philosophy. I was reading a lot about Aristotle and the university system in the early Renaissance, for example. And a student in the 1400s, they would pick up a book. Whenever there was any question, if it was theology, you read a theology book, the Bible or something. But if it's a non-theology question, they would first read what Aristotle had to say about it. And after they had read Aristotle, they would read the commentators like Averroes, Aquinas, Duns Scotus, Abelard, okay? And then they would compose their own thoughts and maybe discuss it with the teacher in class. And that was how you learned a subject. And I thought for nutrition and health, it's actually a little bit like that. The first thing you should do is read Dr. McDougall. Go to Dr. McDougall's website, drmcdougall.com, type in the search engine, you'll see his old newsletters. And if he says something, that's usually going to be the definitive word on that thing that he talks about. You can also check any of his books, like Start Solutions is his best book, then I'd say Digestive Tune-Up after that. Okay, if you don't find it with Dr. McDougall, the next best place to go then would be to go to my YouTube channel, Peter Rogers, MD, and you could also check any of my books. I still got about 20 books that are all up to date and a bunch of older ones, but that would be the next thing to do. I got about 3,500 unique videos. The playlists are the highest yield source of information without all the repeats. If you still don't find it there, the next spot to go would be Jeff Nelson and Veg Source, okay? All of us, we just tell the truth as best we can, and we have a lot of experience and know a lot. If you still don't get your answer there, you can go to certain specialists for different topics. Dr. Bolshevitz, the guy knows a lot about gastroenterology. If there's a discrepancy between him and McDougall, go with McDougall. He's a young guy. Young guys, they're still going to be schooled in standard protocols. They don't have as much experience, but the guy's smart and he knows a lot. Okay, for dental stuff, go to IAOMT, International Academy of Oral Medicine and Toxicology. Gamal's a real good dentist, and there's lots of other YouTube channels that are excellent on one narrow area. Of course, Esselstyn's great on coronary artery disease, okay? T. Colin Campbell, he's great on protein questions. And there's plenty of other YouTube channels great on some topics for raw, vegans, etc., whatever it might be. You still didn't find your answer, the next spot to go to would be go to one of the high-fat phonies. Now, the high-fat phonies tend to be, a lot of them are very smart. They know a lot. They have a lot of useful information, but you have to watch out because they're often promoting something or selling something, and in my opinion, they're often going to exaggerate the benefits of that thing. But anyways, that's pretty much how you answer questions, and of course you go to the scientific papers, type into PubMed. You still didn't get your answer, you type into PubMed, the association with this disease, with something else. If you want toxicology, go to Lead Safe Mama, go to, Health Ranger, Food Forensics Guy. But anyways, that's how I get started with a nutrition topic. And of course, then if there's good papers, I'll read the papers and go in more detail. But, sometimes you can get the answer a lot faster before that. So anyways, hope you found that helpful.